Welcome to the channel, everyone. Now today, I'm just going to go through these abandoned bunkers with you quickly. So, as it stands now, they have changed slightly. And we now have 2 out of 17 bunkers that are now active on the map. Okay, so when you find an abandoned bunker now and we run up to it, what you'll seem to find is, if you have a key card, you can use it. Now this is one of the 17 active bunkers. Okay, there's only 2 out of 17 active on this island at the moment. So obviously, because we've got a screwdriver and this is an active bunker, we can hack it open. If this was night time, then we wouldn't need to hack it. Obviously the door would just open, or we could use a key card if we have one. Now if you come across a bunker that is inactive, you will not be able to access it for a certain amount of time. And I'll show you these now, because I went to a few of them trying to find an active one before I got here, and this is the result I got. Now, if you do own your own server, or you're running a server, you can change this in the server settings. So obviously, depending on your server size, how your performance has been, etc. If you go into world, under subcategory, and then down here you'll see abandoned bunker active number. Obviously I've only got it on 2 at the moment, which is what it's set to, but we can raise this all the way back up to 17. Okay, so have a play around with it. If your server can perform with it back on 17, then just put it back up to 17. Obviously the devs have done this for performance reasons. It's all to do with obviously future updates. You know, they're trying to lay a foundation down here with performance and optimization with 0.95 for future updates when NPCs etc come into the game. All right, now keycards. So you can obviously find keycards in police stations and in the radiation zone police station also. If you do find a card, it will only last for 24 hours. After you've found a card in that location, you can't find another one while that card exists. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If you do manage to find a key card for the bunker, after opening the main door, the bunker will be active for 3 hours. You can also get key cards from sentries and cargo drops that last for 48 hours. Okay, so they'll give you a bit more time to be able to get to the bunker and to be able to loot it. All right, as long as the bunker is inactive, obviously there's going to be no puppets in there. Okay, and there's no loot inside either, so they're pretty much rendered useless while they're inactive. Okay, so there's no point really going to them. And again, this is down to performance things. So having 17 active bunkers on the island when all 17 aren't being used is obviously rendering in a lot of loot, a lot of puppets, things like this, and it obviously puts a strain on servers. So that's why they've decided to go down this path. But again, they've given us the option to be able to turn them up or put them all back on if we choose to. If you log into a bunker that's inactive, you'll be teleported straight outside the bunker with no loot on. So pretty much do not log out inside bunkers. Okay, there is another bit to this as well. If you stay inside the bunker that is closing, so if you go over the allotted time of 3 hours while you're looting that bunker and it closes and becomes inactive, again you'll be teleported outside with no loot. Okay, so you'll be like a freshie again. So you are going to have to time this if you are doing bunker runs, but again, a bunker run realistically shouldn't take you 3 hours. So you should have plenty of time to get in there and get back out without being trapped inside. All right. So there are a lot of new server settings that came into Scum as well with 0.95 involving the bunkers, the hordes, etc. Mainly an encounter manager that we got. So under server settings, we go into here under subcategories, we'll find NPC now, and this is your encounter manager settings. Okay, so there's a lot to go through here, but we can play around with the hordes on your own servers pretty much. And this is what I like about Scum, that they've given you the option to do this. Obviously they've given us the option to turn all the bunkers on if we want to as well. It's not like they've stripped them away from us completely and said you're never having them again, you know. So it's nice to have that availability and the option to adjust all these settings if we need to, which in turn is great because then we get different style servers. So that is pretty much going to be all for me today. It was just a quick video just explaining these abandoned bunkers and the slight changes that have been made to them. Obviously on the inside of the bunkers you still have to hack the doors, etc. if you do have a screwdriver on you and the door is active and you don't have the keycard. Alright, so just bear that in mind. They haven't changed any of the mechanics as far as I'm aware with the bunkers, as in hacking and stuff like that. Okay, you still need to find fuses, turn the generators on, etc. to be able to access things. Alright, so just bear that in mind. The only thing that's changed is the amount of bunkers that is currently active on the island. Okay, but thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate the support from every single one of you. Just want to give a quick shout out to our channel members: Megahoof, Mary G, Alti, Nectar 940, Phoenix and Sam. Thank you very much for your extra and ongoing support. It's always appreciated. If you want to join them, you can do. Head over to the channel, hit that join button and see what perk suits you best. It all goes back into the channel, gives you all a better viewing experience. But of course, if you want to support me in another way, you can do simply by liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And that way you'll stay up to date with the latest Scum news, guides and content on the channel. Until next time, see ya.